Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. I'm Gebo the Shaman, and today we'll be talking about Scorpio in the 10th house. So, what does it mean when we have Scorpio in the 10th house in our birth chart? And in order to understand that, we need to understand what Scorpio means first, and then what the 10th house means. So, before we begin, I'd just like to let you guys know that I'm a certified Vedic astrologer. I am a certified Vedic astrologer, and I offer, detailed readings of your birth chart, and specifically, details on what you can do today to help yourself. So I do offer mantras and rituals and things like that you can do, shamanic practices within your birth chart, and those will give you, health, wealth, success, all that good stuff. And it's a great way to enhance your spiritual practices. So and then we have let's get into it. So we have Scorpio in the 10th house. So what is Scorpio? Scorpio is basically, it relates to birth, death, sex, transformation, sudden ups and downs, sudden gains and losses, sudden transformations. Has to do with psychology, has to do with the occult, and has to do with mysticism, and the darker side of life. So so that's Scorpio. And then we have the 10th house. So the 10th house. So what does the 10th house mean? The 10th house is the house of your career, the house of your career, reputation. It's the house of your social status, your how you're seen in society, your position in the world, your karma that you have to give back to the world, things like that. And it's mainly a significator of career, social status, and things like that. So, it's a good placement here, I would say. Because, Scorpio inherently brings instability. However, with this one, it kind of wants to channel that into like a career, because Scorpio is ruled by Mars. So Mars is all about action. It wants to achieve things and do things and stuff like that. So having Scorpio in the 10th house, we would basically see this as someone who works in the occult, someone who, is like, for example, I don't know if you guys have heard of this person, but Frederick Xavier, things like that. It's someone who, the Scorpio is also the sign of surgeon. So someone with this placement could be an actual surgeon. Scorpio also is the sign of psychology. Our deep psychological wounds and issues and childhood trauma and things like that. So someone with this placement could be a psychologist, a great psychologist who dives deep into those unconscious emotions and unconscious things, and so it's a very powerful placement. You could do a lot of good with this. You could become a very powerful healer with this position. Scorpio is all about psychological healing and things like that. So yeah, it's a very powerful position. So what else can I say about Scorpio here? Well, it's kind of, you would make a great, someone with this placement would probably be into like weapons and guns and fighting, military, and things like that too. Yeah, Scorpio has a lot to do with like weapons and things like that. So you could also be a armorer, someone who, or like a gunsmith, someone who takes care of guns, and or like someone who sells guns, like an arms dealer. Of course, that could be, if you had Rahu here, you could be an illegal arms dealer. But if you had something like just like Mars or the Sun here, you could be a legal, reputable arms dealer. Something like that. So yeah, it just kind of depends. Scorpio, let's see here. Scorpio has a lot to do with pretty much like I said, surgery, surgeons, weapons, psychology. So someone with this placement could be like a prison guard or something like that, a police officer, something like that. Someone who deals with weapons and things like that, and military and things like that. So yeah, it's kind of a interesting placement here, but one thing that I would expect with this placement is changing careers all the time. Of course, so yeah, Scorpio is all about change and transformation and things like that. So you might, change your career, you might move up the ladder, you could change departments, change workplaces, things like that. But yeah, it's generally good. And then, so you would also need to look at where your Mars is placed. I would encourage you to look at where your Mars is placed to get a better understanding of what this house is about. So, if your Mars is placed in somewhere in a good spot, then that would be good. Then that'll definitely help your career and empower your career. And then also, check out what planets are in here. So look at what planets are in that 10th house. That'll give you a better indication of what the energies are doing here by looking at what is in the house and what's aspecting the house and things like that. So yeah. Alright guys, so I guess that does it for me. Once again, if you'd like a Vedic astrology reading from me, get your own personalized mantra, get your own personalized ritual, get your own personalized, practices that you can do, shamanic practices that you can do every day to empower yourself and enhance your life, then go to vincent.thunderwizard.com. You can find that link here or in the description below. So yeah, all the links are in the description. You can also get my distance energy healing. So if you want to become a distance energy healer yourself, then you can purchase my courses. My energy work courses are here, and they're very powerful. And one of the things that I use them for is to do distance energy healing. And basically what that is I use the Qigong practices to tap into energy, and I basically send that energy out to you through a shamanic ritual. And it's very powerful. I've had great results from it, and yeah, people are very happy with it. So then we have the career and life coaching services. So the career coaching, what's that all about? So everybody was born with the soul desire, and so everybody was born with the soul desire, and it's up to us to find out what that is. So I will help you with that. I will help you uncover what your soul desire is, what your true path and purpose in life is, and we will work together to accomplish that. I will give you all the knowledge that I have to accomplish that, and then the life coaching is all about like a monthly. This is a monthly service, so you'll meet with me for once a month, and we will talk about your goal and your soul desire, and come up with ways of achieving that. And yeah, it's very powerful and very because when we live in accordance with our soul, everything else in life lines up, and we become powerful and successful. And that's exactly what we want to be, is empowered. So we have that. We have these support groups that I do. I am a support group facilitator, so every week we meet for an hour and a half. It's a group of 5 people to a group, and yeah, we basically will get together, support each other through our emotions, and I'll give you some tools that you can use to develop some healthy coping mechanisms that you can use. And yeah, it's a very powerful, empowering, and great experience to connect with others, and to emotionally be vulnerable, and to be open, and willing to look at your emotions, and connect with others in their emotions. So yeah. All right, guys. So I thank you for watching, and we will talk to you next time. Peace.